So demoing with my airsoft pistol. The kneeling position really ain't that much different in some aspects than the two-handed shooting. Here's what I like to do. Here's what I did in competition and quality and all that stuff. If my two-hand shooting position looks like this, well then I can easily do a kneeling position like this. Did I really change anything? I mean, I'm shorter, so maybe I can't ride all the rides, but I haven't really changed anything as far as my fundamentals. My gun's up, head up, chest up, everything is still presented, still have all my fundamentals, I still have balance in my position, and I can sustain this for 45, 30 seconds, however long the string is. This is pretty, I like doing this because I don't have the best knees anymore, so for me, this offers me good symmetry in my position and equal weight distribution. So I'm not putting any more of my 210 fat pounds more in my left knee than my right knee. Everything is nice and balanced. That's how I like life. I like life balanced. Some guys, now keep in mind that the minimum definition of a kneeling shooting position is one knee. A minimum of one knee has to be in constant contact with the ground. So this is not kneeling. This is not kneeling. This is kneeling. And some people are like, that's dumb. Well, yeah, but that's the position. One knee has to be in constant contact with the ground. What some guys will do is if they have like a rifle shooting background, usually you'll see like that old rifle style of kneeling. See if I can even do it with a pistol. So like my support elbow goes forward of my knee, and I try and do like one of these numbers. Not really that comfortable, not really that practical for a pistol. I like a double kneeling. Some guys will do like the skateboard or surfboard style. Well, they'll just go one knee up, one knee down. This is fine. It's still the same fundamentals. If you want to go one up, one down, I recommend get this heel away from your knee. So I don't want to be close together because I don't have balance here. My feet are together. What I want to do is kind of open my hips up and kick this leg out to the side. Remember, this is still a kneeling position. Now it's just a matter of finding balance and comfort and stability in the position. So this is fine. I have balance, I'm tall. Yeah, there's way more pressure going into my down knee, so I don't shoot this way. I shoot here. If you want to do both knees down, there's two main ways to do it, and it really just matters where you have your hips. Some guys drive their hips forward and they have their ass off their heels. Some guys will sit back on their heels. One is not superior. They're like, oh, well, if I'm shooting 50 yards, I go hips forward. If I'm doing like CQB stuff, I go hips back. Like that shit is fake. Like the difference between you failing and passing a course of fire is not here or here. As long as you're comfortable, you should be fine. Yeah. Another thing. If you are, let's say, a gentleman of experienced time and you can't get up or down as fast as you used to, you notice I didn't single you out though. Notice I didn't define what experienced age is. Like that? Marketing. Taught myself and improv. It's part of the shtick. It's what I do. If you need a little help getting up and down, we adhere to all the safety fundamentals. My fingers off my trigger, my muzzle's in a safe direction. With my support hand, that's why they call it the support hand, I'm going to support myself on the way down by using this hand as a post and a balance. So I almost like I tripod out to get down. And when I need to get back up, cool. Post, foot, foot, stand. If I need to go down, knee, post, knee. All you're using is you're using your support hand for support, hence it's called the support hand. We see where these titles come from, kids. It's not just like, oh, support and this. What's up?
Can we unholster from a kneeling position, or are we supposed to do it as a standing position and then transition?
I usually recommend you do it from standing because it tends to be a little bit easier. Sometimes guys will have their legs real spread out. So if I go to holster, depending on what I'm doing, it's usually easier to holster and unholster from a standing position, just because it's easier sometimes for most guys. Most range instructors or most ranges will dictate you do it from a standing. There's different schools of thought. I've done both. I'm here. All of my meat is where it should be. I recommend you do it from a standing. Because usually what you can kind of do is you just sort of grab, and as you drop down your hips, you usually pull your gun out with it. So that's, if you time it right, you can do it that way. So if I'm from a standing and I have the holster, whoop, and I already have my gun out in the direction I need it to go in. So there's a lot of schools of thought to that.